Another round of applause. Also, I have an announcement that dinner will be set up in 20 minutes and it'll be served after the end of the program. So don't leave with an empty stomach. So definitely stay to the end of the programs. Dinner will be served. Now please give a warm welcome to someone whom I'm sure you all recognize, Samir Astana. Samir, come on stage. It's a sign of old age, you know, if you take too long. Come on, run on stage. Samir Astana.
I kind of resent the old age comment, but Bonnie, don't worry, a couple years, I'll be where I am right now. So, I wanted to step back quickly and talk about Balavihars that they've been around since the 60s and the 70s. And since that time, they've only grown. They've gotten bigger, better, they've spread. So, what is the driving force behind their sustenance? Why do they continue today? It's because Balavihars provide us with a deeper understanding of our culture, our traditions, and where we come from. Now, Hinduism, as we all know, is a very vast tradition. Truly too much to comprehend in one lifetime. Without guidance, without the proper vehicle to travel through this ocean of knowledge, one can easily get lost. But even a map isn't enough. Just a simple map is not enough. For instance, Columbus got lost. He missed this little tiny piece of land that we call North and South America because his map was incomplete. So this is what Balavihar provides for us, a complete roadmap. A way that we can look and see how best to navigate through our traditions, our culture, and figure out, okay, how do we find what we need to know? How do we discover our own heritage? Now, like any map, you always get more detailed and more intricate, the deeper you look and the more you zoom. But that's okay. That's for us to find out on our own. So that's what Balavihar does. It provides us a way, a spark, that we see a map, we see a complete picture. And then we continue and fill in the small slivers, the little roads on that map, and then discover at the end of this journey what our tradition is, where we come from, and who we are. Thank you.
Thank you, Samir. So, the next song tries to capture the cadence and the majesty of India's greatest and perhaps one of the oldest rivers, Ganga. Ganga is revered as a goddess. The following geet is going to be performed by the children of the Newton Balavihar. All of the audience are welcome to sing along. It is one of my personal favorites. Director Alka Pandey, tabla Shashwat Sharma, and guitar Karthik Subramanian.
Yeah.
Thanks for the Geet children. Our last alum was also a peer of mine at Southborough Balavihar, whom I've had the pleasure of being in many skits and songs with. She's a dear friend of mine, so please welcome on stage Ruchi Munshi.
Namaste everyone, my name is Ruchi. So I started attending the Southborough Balavihar around the age of 11, all the way through high school. And one of the more challenging but still fun activities I remember that we did there was a Hindi class. So when I went to the class, speaking the Hindi wasn't too hard, understanding it wasn't too bad either, but the reading and writing, that was much more difficult and much more tedious, lots more homework. And I always asked myself why, why practice so much? Am I really going to be able to use all of this? And then something else happened in my life which really put things into perspective. So one year, I had the privilege of attending an Akhanda Ramayana. So basically for 24 hours straight, there was a group of people and they were chanting, they were reading the Ramayana all night without stopping. And I remember it was getting later into the night, there were less and less people, and then someone handed me the book. And they were like, why don't you get started just to help people out? And I was stricken. I hadn't practiced in so long, but once I started reading it, first slowly, but then better and better, and everything felt so different to be able to actually sing the Ramayana in a big group of people, and I felt so energized, and that's when I realized that without those classes and without that work I did at Balavihar to really learn Hindi, reading and writing, that even though I might not use it regularly day to day in life, but whenever I did need it, it really changed my experience to be able to actually read the Ramayana and experience the fervor in the room and with everyone else. And that's when I realized that language is what's needed to preserve the culture and traditions. And therefore, I feel so thankful to my Balavihar to have given me this tool so that I can use it and really preserve all the things that I've learned and pass it on to the next generation.